Orry Swift rocking the mono red versus DeQuan Watson on green-white aggro, and this is an all aggro all the time match.
That's right. You're not gonna find any detention spears, any Jace, all the stuff that you love. Get out of here. This one's for me.
Yeah, this is the blink and you'll miss it match, and I hope you have another one queued up. Yeah. You're gonna need to be going to that mid-game one, I'm sure. Not mid-game one of this match, of course. Mid-game one of their match.
Yeah. So this red deck, which I want to be good, really bad. He's got Reckless
I want it to
Wave.
be bad, really good.
Okay. He's got Reckless Wave. He's got Stormkirk Noble, Vexing Devil, Rakdos Cackler, Stone Right, and Ash Zealot as his creatures, 24 of them. And then his spells, Fur of the Bitten. Tell me what it does. Go.
Geez, I know this. Fur of the Bitten. I'm having trouble. I have it in my head. I feel like +1/+0.
One red creature enchantment, +2/+2 creature has attack each turn of Fable.
Oh,
come on, Joey.
Yeah, see, I can't remember. That's not a card I would play.
That's definitely
and it's not a card that people play against me.
That's definitely not a card in your range.
Nobody plays mono red.
There's also some Searing Spear, some Brimstone Volley, some Pillar of Flames, and 19 Mountains, as Orry is mulliganing to 5 right now, unfortunately. What does DeQuan have in his green-white aggro deck? Any Spice?
Well, he's got Dryad Militant. Not exactly Spice, but a card that we haven't seen a ton of, but it's the 2-power 1-drop. Nice start that he would want. Looking at the list here, not seeing anything super spicy. One of Sigarda that's picking up in popularity, especially this weekend. We've seen it in some of the Bant control lists. I don't think I've seen it. We haven't seen it on the table yet, at least I haven't.
I haven't either.
But I have seen it in a number of lists. Just the one of. It's got the Sublime Archangels, the Wolfier Silverhearts, Silverblade Paladins, 3 Loxodon Smiter. He's got Thalia, he's got Knight of Glory, he's got Mayor of Avabrook, and he's got Avacyn's Pilgrim. That's his creature suite. And on the spell side, 4 Rancor, 4 Selesnya Charm, 2 Faith Shield. That's it.
So it's pretty traditional.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
Yeah, for sure. I like he's got 2 copies of Revenge of the Hunted in the board, just to go real big. An extra Sigarda in there.
As we're going to see a Rakdos Cackler from Orry and just a Plains and St. Go. So we're going to get in for at least 2 here to start the show. See if he has any more creatures. So we're going to see a Volcanic Strain. In for 4.
And Orry having the swift start that I think he wants. Get it? His name is Orry Swift.
If you explain the joke, it's so much worse.
It actually was better because we're laughing because I explained it.
But Orry getting in here for 4, and we're going to see a Thalia, which in most cases would be pretty good against the red deck, but right now facing down a 4/4, not the best. We're coming across for 4 more. So Cackler is going to knock DeQuan down to 12. I know that Orry just did draw a Stormkirk Noble, so that's going to see play. He's just going to pass the turn back. You got some catching up to do.
Yeah, DeQuan on the back foot. And yeah, that Stormkirk Noble's gonna make for interesting combat with that Thalia. In that it's just gonna run right by it.
Looks like we're gonna see an Ash Zealot. Yes, we are.
Yes, Ash Zealot from Orry Swift.
So now it's beat down a clock.
Beat down a clock? I guess it's not as bad as Orry's Swift start, but
and we're gonna see a Celestial Charm here. It looks like he's gonna give it +2/+2 to trade. Well, not even trade, but to get the upper hand on the Rakdos Cackler.
Yeah, he's going to have to make some headway here in this board state. Orry with 3 guys to his just single Thalia, but that'll help. So he's going to take 3 from the Zealot and the Noble.
And the counter on the Noble. So Noble is still just getting through right now.
Yeah, I don't know that DeQuan has really any answer for the Noble besides putting something non-human in front of it. That's really all he can do.
If the Noble does become a 5/5, Selesnya Charm is an interesting answer, but that means that you've taken quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, you've let it hit you several times. Sublime Archangel from DeQuan.
That can get in the way.
It certainly can, and it can also do quite a bit of damage itself. Third land for Orry.
So DeQuan has a Volcanic Strength and a Searing Spear in his hand, so now he has to basically make the decision of, you know, do I want to Searing Spear this Sublime Archangel? Do I want to suit somebody up and get in? Because, I mean, suiting up Bash Zealot with Volcanic Strength is completely reasonable this turn. Makes the blocks for DeQuan pretty poor.
Yeah, so far, all the blocks for DeQuan have been pretty poor beyond that one Selesnya Charm that he had last turn. I mean, he basically couldn't block.
Yeah.
So, all right.
There goes Ash Zealot.
Yeah, Volcanic Strength on the Ash Zealot.
Into the red zone. That's on DeQuan. I mean, Orry's tapped out, one card left in hand. How do you want to go about blocking this? Do you want to trade here? Do you want to? Are you comfortable taking 4, going to 5? Sublime just going to bite the dust.
Yeah, if I'm DeQuan, I certainly don't want to take 4 and go to 5 against a mono red deck, and you're still leaving an unblockable threat on the table.
Yeah.
DeQuan tanking. Seems like he was thinking about blocking. He did not block. He did go to 5.
He goes to 5. Okay. This looks like a Wolfare Silverheart.
And it is. Looks like it's soul bonding with Thalia. More guys to get in the way of that Stromkirk Noble. And here comes Sublime Archangel. Excuse me. Sublime Archangel. 3 Exalted triggers.
So across for 7.
Yeah.
Healthy amount. I mean,
yeah, for a 4-drop, doing 7 damage seems pretty good.
Now I guess to the point where DeQuan, and this is the thing I love about this particular white deck, is that it closes games fast. You know, the creatures are pretty big in and of themselves, but Sublime Archangel is a game changer and it closes the games incredibly fast. It's basically going to give DeQuan what looks to be 2 turns to draw an answer right now.
Now, does he not have Searing Spear?
He does have Searing Spear in his hand. He does. So he'll be
it's
able to
cost
take care of it.
3, but it's an answer to the guy, you know, the currently 2-turn clock he's facing. I think he wants to dome him for that with that Searing Spear.
He realistically, just wants to put it upstairs. He's also considering casting Fur of the Bitten right now, but Fur is not really going to do what he wants it to do. At least from what I can tell.
He's just sitting there flipping the Searing Spear and the Fuhrer back and forth. Fuhrer the Bitten.
I mean, it's a tough decision because the also thing that weighs into it is, does he want to Searing Spear the Archangel now? Does he want to do it on DeQuan's turn and risk getting blown up by a Selesnya Charm? You know, there's a lot that weighs into that decision.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I'm Orry, what would I have done there? Like, I think I might have just taken out the Angel there. I mean, he can always do it on attacks if it attacks here, which it likely will. You know, before the Exalted trigger's resolved. But a second Wolfire Silverheart.
Yep.
And I believe he just tried to bond it with the Archangel, which is the only legal bond target.
So now he has to see, is bond okay? On Orry's side, he's like, you know, am I going to Searing Spear this thing now? Now, the interesting thing is that an attack with the Archangel with a bonded Silverheart is going to put Orry down to 1, so it's going to give him another turn to try to peel a burn spell to get out of this. He will not die from this attack.
Yeah, that'll be a 12 power Archangel because of the Soul Bond giving it +4, so that makes it 8 power, and then 4 Exalted triggers. Now, The crazy thing, I don't think this is even, it's unlikely, but DeQuan did not play a land this turn. He could play land 1-drop and just get that extra damage. And of course at that point, he is all aggro. Not even worrying about Exalted. Everybody in besides the summoning sick Wolfear Silverheart. So it's the other Wolfear Silverheart. Thalia, Sublime Archangel.
This is a lethal attack. 8 and 6 is 14. That's an attack for 18 damage. So this does serve basically the same purpose. Okay, so it looks like... this is way more than that, actually. That's 8, 16.
Yeah, if he didn't block there, he was absolutely dead. He couldn't... I mean, it was... Because the Silverheart's 8, the Archangel's 8, the Thalia's 6. Right. So it was quite a bit there.
All right.
So DeQuan able to clear the board there with just attacking creatures.
He's Searing Speared DeQuan down to 2. And we see an Ash Zealot as his draw. Ash Zealot plus Fear of the Bitten. He's not going to be able to get it done. So it looks like we're going to be going a second game in a moment. He needed to draw a burn spell there, and he was unable to do so. So DeQuan Watson is going to go up a game here against Orry Swift.
Whew. That was a close one.
It was very close. Now you have Orry's deck list in front of you. What do you see for the sideboard?
I don't know. Do you want to look at the mono red deck? That's the one that you've been so excited about. I'll let you take a look. Take a look at the mono red.
2 Tormod scripts, probably not coming in here. Pillar of the Flame, I like. Forge Devil, I don't care for too much. It's not terrible. It does take out the Mana Dorks. It does take out Thalia, so it's not horrible. Trader's Blood, however, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
Awesome targets in Wolfear Silverheart, Sublime Archangel, Silverblade Paladin, a lot of really good targets. I think those are 100% coming in. For probably Volcanic Strength, perhaps some of the other creatures here, those are going to for sure come in. And then the additional Pillar of Flame as well, as I could see coming in as well, but that's about it for Orry.
Yeah, on DeQuan's side, he's got 3 Centaur Healers definitely coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing that seems completely obvious. He's got, a lot of, he's got 2 Garrux, 2 Revenge of the Hunted, 3 Oblivion Ring. It's all like kind of big and clunky. Like you don't want to O-ring a Stromkirk Noble, but then again, you might have to.
If that's what it takes.
I can imagine that as a possibility. He's got an additional Sigarda. I don't think he wants that exactly here. It's, it doesn't get burned, which is awesome, but it's still kind of a clunky 5-drop.
Yeah, it's super expensive. You have to interact early with this deck. This is a 19-land red deck with 12 1-drops. You have to interact. Actually, more than 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20.
Yeah,
actual 21 drops. So you have to interact.
Wow, yeah. He definitely he wants his deck to become leaner and meaner and be able to kind of get in Orry's way. He did a great job of it there in game 1. So I think mainly he just goes with the Centaur Healers that are just going to undo some of those Searing Spears and whatnot and get in the way.
Centaur Healer is just a big dude against this deck that is mostly 2-power creatures for 1 mana. It's pretty much the ideal card a green-white deck can have against this red deck.
Yeah, and he's got 3 copies, so those will come in. I'm not liking much else. What do you think about keeping Thalia in?
I like it. I think Thalia is one of the cards that actually ended up
bottlenecking.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it won the game, but this is a deck with 19 lands. If Orry would have drawn a Brimstone Volley on the last turn, he would have been able to cast it.
Right.
So I'm actually a pretty big fan of that card in this matchup. First strike, too, against these 2-power guys is quite deadly. I think it's exactly where you want to be, because the green-white deck doesn't have a lot of spells in it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm wondering what he wants to take out for those 3 Centaur Healers. Maybe, his top end isn't that heavy already. He's got, the 1 Sigarda, the 2 Wolfear Silverhearts. I mean, do you want to maybe just cut the 5-drops? Is that taking away too much of the strength of your deck?
I can see cutting the 5-drops. The other card I would consider cutting in this matchup is Rancor. Just because, Rancor's a great Magic card, obviously, but, his guys are better. His guys are better than Orry's guys, and it's not like you need to, punch through a Thragtusk or something here. It's just about not dying. And so Rancor doesn't do anything to prevent you from not dying.
Yeah.
So
okay.
As great as that card is, this is the matchup where it's just not necessary. Now, like
Orry's not blocking, so the trample probably doesn't come in.
The +2 obviously adds to the clock, but I mean, we're not playing that kind of card here. It's just I just don't die is all DeQuan needs to do, which he was able to do that game. And then whatever, as long as you're not dying, whatever you draw will be able to turn the game around. Silverheart can turn the game around, but at the same time, boarding out the 5 mana creatures is completely reasonable as well. If he has like 6 cards to board in, I think it's easy to start with the 5 mana guys and then start shaving Rancors.
So, looks like both players are presenting or have presented here.
Yep, just shuffling up, preparing for this particular game. Orry will be on the play this game, of course.
If you're just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco, joined by Cedric Phillips in the booth, and we're coming to you guys live from Dallas, Fort Worth, from the StarCityGames.com Standard Open. We're in the final round of the Swiss, where Orry Swift is down a game to DeQuan Watson. Orry Swift on Mono Red, a deck we've been expecting to see more of today and have not seen it up until now.
Fortunately, just kind of flamed out a little bit this weekend. Taylor Webb had a nice start with the deck. He started 3-0. Some other people started. I know there was a gentleman who started 4-0 with the deck as well. Just kind of flamed out, which isn't unreasonable over a 10-round tournament to do. The deck is really, it seems like it's really all about matchups. This is like a matchup it just does not want to face.
So it looks like Orry's kept his 7. DeQuan kept his 7. We've got Mountain.
DeQuan kept his 6. He did.
He did take a mulligan.
All right, there's Navison's Pilgrim. So you see Stone Right. Stone Right, a card not often seen in constructed, let alone any constructed format. And there's a Forge Devil, which is a huge beating.
Rubbing his hands together there.
Yeah. Where's that Navison's Pilgrim?
Yeah, he's Stone Right. The 1/1 with Soul Bond that can give fire breathing.
Yeah. So now we're going to see Fur of the Bitten, which is going to be red as well. I'm sure Orry has gone through this a lot today. People are going, Stone Right? What are these cards that you're casting? Who are you?
So Orry with just 2 guys. There's Fury of the Bitten. Show us the Forge Devil.
Yeah, get Forge Devil out
rubbing
there
his
too.
hands
No one ever
together.
sees that one.
Yeah. And Thalia from DeQuan.
If he has another Forge
There's
Devil.
Forge Devil.
My lord.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
So Orry Swift just taking out
And a volcanic
DeQuan's creatures left and right, and wow. That is the start. Yeah. I mean, when your deck is playing 21 drops, you're probably going to have a couple plays early on.
Now there's a Centaur Healer. So now, can he overcome the Centaur Healer?
Yeah, we're going to find out. So Stone Right is a 3/3, right? A 3/3 has to attack it again, and there's a Brimstone Volley for the Centaur Healer.
So the answer was very clearly yes.
Yeah. DeQuan up to 14 off of the healer, loses the healer, and now
so he can take 7.
Forge Devil is a 3-power dude, right?
Yep.
So we've got 7 going on there, yeah.
So he's down to 7, and he is facing lethal next turn. We're going to see a Knight of Glory here, along with a Mare of Averbrook, making Knight into a 3/2, but all of these guys basically are going to trade. Forge Devil does not trade favorably with the Knight of Glory, but that's about it. So we'll see exactly what Orry has in his hand.
Yeah, Orry just wants to punch through damage. Can he?
All right.
So Pillar of Flame on the Knight. There goes the Knight. And everybody in again.
3, 4. So this is whatever gets blocked here. He's gonna have to block one of the big guys.
Sure, or else go to 1.
Yep. And then don't forget about the
fire breathing,
yeah.
right? And DeQuan says, I can't handle this. And in I think about 50 seconds, Orry takes that game.
Forge Devil looked insane that game.
Yeah, it did. Just like, yep, kill your guy. Kill your other guy.
Thalia was ready to just make that game a riot in the favor of DeQuan. Thalia, I mean, he was going to start off that game with Pilgrim, into Centaur Healer or Pilgrim into Thalia into Centaur Healer.
Yeah.
Because of the Forge Devils, that just ruined that plan and then got him killed.
Yeah, it's like a funny little variant on Mog Fanatic, right?
Yeah. That was wild. Now, of course, Forge Devil is going to look embarrassing against some of the cards
Oh yeah.
in DeQuan's deck, but if we ever get to those cards that Forge Devil is embarrassing against, I don't think Orry's winning anyway. So
Right.
I like that card in the sideboard for this particular matchup.
Nice little combo with Pillar to take down a 3 toughness guy like the Centaur Healers. You know,
That's
I
true
mean,
as well.
it's something. In combination with some of the burn spells to just clear the way.
Now, as Forge Devil, it deals it to any creature, right?
Yeah, it's just to target creature and 1 damage to you.
So it's a interesting way to turn on a Brimstone Volley Morbid as well. If it needs to come into play and ping itself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of pay 4 for a volcanic hammer. Is that what it is? Or is it lava? Lava axe. That's what I'm thinking.
Actual
of.
question.
Yeah, volcanic hammer is just sorcery speed incinerate, right?
Yeah. But now this is
Played that card.
Did you?
When incinerate wasn't legal?
Oh yeah, I mean you had to.
Yeah, it was like, that's the best burn spell in standard.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gosh, I don't even, when was that?
A long time ago.
It
feels like
10 years ago.
I'm gonna guess like 8th edition or something.
You're saying 8th edition?
8th? I was actually right. Wow.
To get that filled out. So once again, if you believe
Well, I mean, it was originally in Mirage.
Yeah,
Right.
a long time ago.
Yeah, but having it be like the best burn spell in standard, that's so crazy. Yeah, it was in Portal. Oh, actually, it wasn't in Mirage then. It was just Portal. So it was Portal Second Age, Starter 1999, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Jeez.
So, printed a lot.
How the mighty have fallen. Now we have Searing Spear.
Yeah.
To just say, get out of here, Volcanic Hammer. So these players taking a look through their sideboards really quickly before game 3, deciding what am I going to do for Orry. This is the spot he doesn't really want to be in on the draw. And it's this green-white deck. You know, it's one thing to run that deck over before it can get established as Orry did the last game, but with green-white on the play, he's going to be able to get set up before Orry's little dorks can really do their thing and tempo him out with the burn spells. So we'll see if Orry can actually beat a green-white deck when he is on the draw. Because again, I do think this is a pretty good matchup here for DeQuan. I think if Orry was walking in this tournament, he would say, you know, this is not one of the decks I really want to play against. Prefer to be playing against any of the control decks in the format.
So what do you like about? I mean, what would you change? I mean, about Orry's list if you were stuck piloting mono red?
I'm not sure because I've seen a couple different takes on mono red. You've seen the version that has has 8 1-drops and then a bevy of 2-drops, like Chain House.
The walk chain walker.
Yeah.
The
Gorehouse
chain
walker.
walker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always get his name wrong. And you know they have some more 2-drops, and they have Pyreheart Wolf and Hell Rider, and they're a little bit bigger. Whereas Orry's version has 21 drops, some creature enchantments, and then some burn spells. So I'm not really sure which one's better. Honestly,
Right,
trying to
this
get
one-
underneath them as
This
fast as
one
they
is-
can.
Yeah, this one is just blazing fast.
And it only has 19 lands in it too.
Yeah, this has also got to be not only the cheapest converted mana cost in standard. It's got to be like the cheapest deck in standard.
Yeah.
It's all commons and uncommons. Stormkirk Noble and Vexing Devil. I think that's. Oh, Ashes Zealots are rare too. But I mean, those are like some of the least expensive rares. You could build this deck for probably $30.
As both players keep their opening 7, and we see for DeQuan just a Temple Guardian says go, and Orry has probably the best 1-drop he can play in Stormkirk Noble. So there's a Mare of Averbrook.
How about those sleeves Orry has too with Gandalf?
Oh, there's your Forge Devil again.
Yeah, Forge Devil takes out the mayor, and Stromkirk's gonna come over and do some Slith Firewalking.
Has there ever been a better card than Forge Devil? Ever?
No. The best, better than all, I think.
Yeah. Making Thragtusk look like a joke.
It just needs the text, players can't gain life.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to write about this week. Sam Black and his side-by-side Thragtusk translation. I have quite the card for you.
So Stone Right for Orry Swift, and then DeQuan adds Loxodon Smiter to get in the way. What can you do about a 4/4 non-human? Says DeQuan.
Be sad about it. You know, I'm interested to see, obviously, our local red magician, Patrick Sullivan, what his take on red would be in this format. If he would go this approach, or if he would go a little bit bigger with Hellrider and those boys, as we see an attack with the little Dorcases. Alright, so we're going to deal him 2. Stromkirk's going to bite it. I think we're going to see a Searing Spear, yep.
Yeah, take out that Smiter.
Now, it's interesting to see, you know, is it worth it to throw away the Noble to take care of the Smiter, whereas he could have just attacked with the two guys that are on the table right now.
Mm-hmm.
As we see, I believe that's a Silverblade Paladin.
Yeah, it's promo.
Because now, you know, he would have his
Noble, which is getting bigger, right? Yeah. Actually, the Noble is actually more a valuable creature to have around. So there's an Ash Zealot.
And it looks like Ash Zealot is paired up with Stone right now. So coming on in. Orry's clock not the fastest as we see a Centaur Healer drawn for DeQuan. DeQuan is going to slam down Wolfir Silverheart. And now we're in some serious trouble for Orry. The ultimate wall is here.
He did not obviously shave his 5-drops. He may have shaved them, but he didn't cut them entirely because there's a Wolfir Silverheart.
Yeah. And when you're on the play, I think it's reasonable to leave in Wolfir Silverheart. You can get it into play on turn 4 with Avacyn's Pilgrim if it does live, if Forge Devil isn't drawn. But now he just has a 6/6 and an 8/8, 2 double strikers. The tide is turned now. Orry can't attack, and DeQuan is certainly going to be able to attack.
Ash Zealot is such a ridiculous card. It's like, it's got this whole second half that it's almost, I think it is irrelevant in this match, but it's a 2/2 first strike haste for 2. That's fine.
You're happy to play that if you're a red deck.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that card, I was surprised that it was something that could actually like be a thing.
Yeah.
And then the second ability, I mean, those words matter.
Oh, they don't matter in this particular match?
Yeah.
I just mean like how good is it even just as the first strike haste 2/2 in this match, and it's also got this other ability that just is super relevant in other matchups in the format. So, all right, here comes the Paladin. Here comes the Silverheart.
Here comes the boys. This deck is lethal. Like, you've got some blocking to do, sir. You know, I missed me some Wolfir Silverheart. The way that card turns the game around, and it's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to attack you next turn.
It's like a force of nature that you can like kind of split across another guy. It's just, man.
It's just crazy. I remember, and I talked to when you were out with Glenn about this, how at Pro Tour Barcelona, that was like the card of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, people just couldn't believe. It's like, you have 5-mana like 12/12? They can just make this a card? And then it just fell off the map because of Delver. And it's like, well, where'd it go? Why can't it come back?
Yeah. Well, DeQuan certainly is happy to play it.
Yeah.
And you see Orry throwing a couple of 1-drops in front of it, so leaves himself with 2 Ash Zealots in play. DeQuan plays Centaur Healer, and it's not looking great for Orry right now. DeQuan at a healthy 18 with monsters on the other side of the board, just huge monsters. And
DeQuan's attacks are lethal too. Like, every turn he's just going to send both those guys in. It's just a lethal attack every time with Silverheart and Silverblade Paladin.
Yeah, DeQuan has no fear at this point. At that healthy of a life total,
yeah,
he has no reason not to just swing in repeatedly until and force Orry to block. Which, if you're blocking, you're losing.
Yep.
Isn't that how the old adage goes?
And that's typically how it goes with red decks. If you are blocking with your guys, you are losing the game. Or you're giving yourself the chance to peel a burn spell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't a Brimstone Volley that hits for 18
Not yet.
yet.
Give him a couple sets. Sinker, I think.
Yeah,
So we
Sinker's
don't
coming
know
after
if, yeah.
Gatecrash. Might be in that, morbid 4 mana, 18
Yeah,
points of
approximately
damage.
18.
Yeah, it actually says it on the card approximately 18.
Forge Devil, you were the best card in Magic history. Not looking
For like
so
a
good
minute.
anymore. You're not looking so good anymore.
Forge Devil.
Now Cackler, no.
Oh,
With a
jeez.
leash. With a leash.
Oh no.
It's all over but the tears.
This is carnage, bloodbath. Oh, Forge Devil comes down and does more damage to Orry than it even affected DeQuan, and then there's the
not another
Amon's Goblin Raiders for Orry and
Faith Shield here, so that's just an attack for flat 18.
oh gosh, oh that's so bad. And Orry swiftly extends the hand. Cannot overcome the scary monsters on DeQuan's side of the board, and DeQuan takes the match 2-1. 20 minutes left. Are we able to get another match? I'm not